Greetings, everybody. Saturday night for me here, midday time for you guys there. Welcome, welcome. It's been a little quiet on Blindly Inspired for a while, but it's like I've been in a void, you know the void, in a void motion. So, just as we're standing on the beginning, the edge of another extraordinary portal, all connected to the 1111. Well, all connected to everything, but hugely from the 1111, and where we're traveling in this incredible journey through space and cosmos and stars and earth and water and fire and so many things just like all coming out at this time, and so much knowledge just pouring on the planet and sacred sites. And oh my goodness, where do we actually start? We start by bringing in sacred fire, just to bless and consecrate this energy, and just keep us all nice and safe, and the energy flowing beautifully with great Amir, hello. I hope you're feeling better. Welcome. You get first love. Oh, you haven't seen my art. Trista, beautiful ones. I've missed you guys, like really missed you. As I just said, I was in a void, a void. I've been giggling at that word right now. First of all, there was a band, a beautiful band, maybe you should look them up, called A Void in South Africa. My husband used to make their guitars for them. It was way back in the 70s and 80s. And then I thought, yeah, we're into the void, into the space, and you get into avoidance, you know that, you're like in avoiding time motion. But it's fun being like really swimming and hibernating and healing and licking wounds and transforming and like so much. So I still don't know how much I want to share. Trista, I'm so glad that you're going to do such a nice tinkle every morning. I shall look forward to that. I must check out what time it is for me, because it's not morning. But thank you for that. So we bring in the sacred aroma, bring in the sacred fire of purification, and especially the essence, which is so very, very dear to Shiva. And we consecrate the space in this wonderful energy of the light and purity and purification and communion and gentleness and so much absolute wonderful stuff. So, yeah, just bring in this beautiful infinity symbol. I'm working with that a lot. I'm working with a lot of things, so let's try and keep it simple. Oh, I'm so glad. We'll send you some extra healing. Been working on that healing thing. It's one of my deep wishes. I got such a wake up yesterday. So we'll also bring in some beautiful bells and smells. Yeah, those, you know what they call those kind of, I live in Germany. So my father was German and my mother South African. I was born in South Africa, but I can do the German stuff. But there are a lot of like interesting things, and I've done such a deep dive into the culture from my perspective this time round. And if they don't know where it is, everybody calls it a hexaschuss. So it means like you've been hexed. Germany is totally pagan. So if they can't find a thing, I remember my father had a backache at one stage, and they couldn't find him. He didn't know. He just said he feels it's a hexaschuss. Yeah. So, coming from Africa and seeing some of Germany, these things are very real. So let's try and keep it like simple and nice, because if you've been around here a while, you know what I'm talking about. So cheers to Foxy. So where to begin? We pulled a card earlier. I'm just like, Josh, Absolutely. I've just like you got you right here. Saint Germain is very, very, very alive. And the card that I pulled today was the Archangel Zadkiel. I do not know who he is. And he also seems to have a violet flame. I can try and read it. My eyes are really cucky, shitty, poo-poo. But anyway, let's try and read. There. Viviani, I'm so honored. Thank you, my love. Been thinking about you so much because I must actually maybe connect with you, but I don't do this. I mean, I do, I've done this stuff. And sometimes it's good to just keep what you know, but we're moving into a whole, isn't it just so exciting? I mean, it's a little rough. Dibs, New York, New York. I love it. I had the most amazing photograph of me. I stayed in New Jersey with friends of mine, and there was like a little bridge, and they could look at it was still there, at the Twin Towers. And I have such an amazing, like typically American type, been to New York picture with me full of bags, been shopping, and like exuberant with the Twin Towers behind me. Yeah. So, yeah, the Twin Towers. Mm, yeah. We'll talk about that. We'll talk. You will talk about that because the dates are coming up very interesting again. And my son actually was born on that day. I told him he didn't have to let his godfathers know so loudly that he'd been born. As I always said to you, I was the world changed. My world changed. It changed for everybody the day he was born. Everybody's world changed. So it's number 10, which is awesome, which we'll talk about a little bit today as well. So this is just like a bit of a catch up, and then got some exciting stuff to carry on with, and I will carry on. The Archangel Zadkiel's Violet Flame. Anybody want to look up Zadkiel? I've heard his name. The energy invites you to transmute negativity in the violet flame. We all have less than desirable emotions, memories, relationships, or thoughts that hold us back. This card suggests it is time to reflect on these and call on Archangel Zadkiel to transmute them at both a cellular and a soul level. The affirmation: I am the violet flame, will assist you. That's one of my big insights over these last days. If there's one religion, there is a religion we should believe in, or whatever, for most people. It's called the I am religion. But don't go into the I am stuff. It's just Josh is dealing with it beautifully. So it's just the I am. I am. Josh just deals with beautiful I am stuff. And Amia, you must go and have a look. Why don't you join the art portal and put some of your art up there? Yeah, there's some amazing stuff. If you're not on there, anybody, you really need to go and have a look. There's some beautiful associated, okay, which is known, for its powers of transmutation, forgiveness, and mercy. He's also such as anger and resentment. Oh, that resentment can be such a cucky thing, eh? And it's like it's such a bitch. It really like bites you in the back, in the bum. Yeah, yeah. They always look like Josh. Josh has definitely got something. So I've been dealing a lot. It's like really been violet. I think the world has gone, and I think the violet flame. But I don't want to get off track because I haven't got that much time. Is really doing. It's a new color of our new earth. We will be totally protected. Down low or download it. I'm jumping into the middle of all of this, almost to today, but like a little while. I had so much dunking from the into the void. As I said, at least thank God I could swim. But we'll go through a little bit of Oh, what was that? And so many weird things happening. Like my mother's picture falls off the wall today when I was doing something I shouldn't be doing, like playing games and getting addicted. My smoke alarm went off for no reason. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, so you just like it's walking step by step. And the void at the moment, long may it last, and may it always be so, is actually has become such a beautiful space. It's like that boundary that we want. I want my space. Um, so it's actually such a beautiful space to go to. And I'm just learning to really play with it so beautifully, um, to go into it at will, you know. And yeah. And pattern interrupt, just with all those stupid thoughts that we had. When you catch yourself, change them. But a good thing is to clap or to just click your fingers, just so that, okay, I don't want to go down that road. Thank you. Been there, done that, got the scars. Nobody's counting scars or cars. Just like swim out of this stuff, you know? Yeah. I know. Yeah, how to roll with it. Absolutely. It's roll with it however you find. Each person's journey is so beautifully unique. Like each person's fingerprint, each snowflake is unique. There's similarities. We can help each other. I do very deep diving. I walk on the razor edge. I know that PG also walks on a razor edge. Not everybody walks on such a tight razor edge, which is fine, you know? Isn't it cool? Yeah, and yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to go in a little bit. Some of you know what's happened in my life, but I've been very quiet for a while. And I had a wonderful holiday in Hawaii with PG. I didn't go. I physically didn't go, but I was like really there a lot with him. I did create, but I was just sharing it with PG for a while, actually, even before he went. I just kind of, for all sorts of reasons, which was like kind of stupid in a way. You know, you need to stand on your own truth. But I do this kind of stuff, but that's also okay. So I'm kind of back to creating. Yeah, I know it's so awesome. I mean, mine should not. Why should it go off? There's nothing burning in my house. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, find what works for you. Yeah, and Trista's going to be doing like 10 minutes, which is just amazing. So I must just double check what time it is for me. I have no idea. I'll have to. Where are you, Trista? Just put it there because I know that, but I think they have time changes. You have different times in Canada or not? From the east to the west coast. You have different time because it goes left to right are the time changes. So if you just put it where I am, where you are. Yeah. But there's a lot of violet flame. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling it right now. Got like a lot of New York, why do I want to say New York aliens? A lot of violet aliens. Um, yeah, yeah, it's going to be so nice. It's just like a quick morning ding dong. Just set that because I knew that the frequencies are just amazing. Yeah, that we get into better frequencies. So I'm going to go over like just kind of back to 1111 because it's so important and it's such a huge portal, especially this year. Oh, did I say thank you, darling? I love my timekeepers. And so, oh, is it that, look, Josh? I don't. So there it's 10. So it's I have to still work that out. It's 10. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, wait, I can't do that much. I'll work it out. Oh no, how does it go? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it 4? Can't be 4 hours difference. Is it 4 hours? Yeah. Well, it's fine. I'll figure it out. Just give me a city that you're in. I don't know. Are you Josh is in Colorado, hey? So I will check that out because I can just type in the city and then I do like AI sometimes. No, anyway, let's just go into this little portal for now. Yeah, that's your time. It should be. Oh, so that's going to be in the afternoon sometime for me. It's not always so easy. So that's 4 hours before. So that's like 2 o'clock my time, 2:30. We'll try. We will try. I shall make a note of that. Yeah, that's like complicated time for me. I'm usually busy. But if I'm not, I will set my alarm. Like truth wave is 2:45 for me. 3:45. Josh, it's in the afternoon, so um, usually kind of settle down a little bit. But and it's getting dark. Yeah. Okay, let me write that down because that makes it super easy. Because I think you have different time to PG, hey? Oh, this pen works. Yay! I like it when I get a pen that works. Yeah. What a journey. Okay, so let's go back and we can all go back because this would, I hope, resonate with all of us a little bit. And just in case anybody leaves, I'm going to be doing a lot of Madonna and the birth and the feminine Christ and I've just like had such a bucket load of amazing stuff. Just when I thought I knew a lot, it's like, we don't know nothing yet. We've only just begun. So that's awesome. Okay. Oh, thanks, love. For me, all of you guys are in a slightly different time zone. So, as somebody said to me, when do I sleep? Well, it's complicated. I do have a kind of routine which I need to get back into. So I've done a lot of healing. And as I said, avoid. I love that now. I'm in the void. I'm avoiding everybody. And thank you to everybody that reached out to me and cared. I really, really appreciated that. Yeah, you're in a different time. Goes left to right is a different time zone. Yeah, up and down is different seasons. That I know. But hey, it'll be nice. One day all the poles will shift. Who knows what's going to happen? Just live each day and listen for each day what it has to say to us. That is the most important thing. So I don't know if you remember. It must have been in September. And I'm not looking in my diary because it's difficult for me to read. I can write, but I can't read. So that was there. This I think it's going to make it big. Am I still on the screen or not? Because I can't see. I can't see the screen. Okay. But we're going to do lots of beautiful pictures. I didn't know they were all here because these I didn't share, and I just was really felt to actually share this and maybe inspire some of you. Whoops, where am I? To either draw. I used to draw a lot, but I now use a lot of Chat GPT. And this is my own personal diary. Okay, so, but when you go back to it and you look, so I being visually like challenged, I used to draw a lot in my diaries. I've got like tons of them, but the problem also is that I don't write that much and I don't draw that much, and because I've got lazy with ChatGPT. But I'm very, very grateful for it, and this tells such a story. So one tends to forget the story that you've been on your journey, and I think it's just important for all of us to just right now, because we're on the brink of a huge portal again, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. It's 4 weeks of purification and how we celebrate it at Advent, but I'll talk about that tomorrow, which is very, very sacred, more sacred and old than I thought. Okay, and I'll just share the things that we do. I live in this crazy country. It's like really weird, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I know a lot about it. Yeah. So just be encouraged and look back in your diaries. It's really important to encourage yourself and to see where you've come from and how far you've journeyed, because sometimes we get lost. We can't see the wood for the trees. You know that story, and we think that we've still got this trauma when actually we don't really have the trauma. We're just still hankering after the addiction, the drug that the trauma was offering us, because we're not sure what to fill it with. Yeah. And many years ago, somebody said to me, "You can't get rid of an addiction, a bad habit. The only way to get rid of it is to change it with a good habit." So sometimes if you look back and you see like how your writing's changed, or take a look back at your just for yourself, yeah. And as I say, I'm sharing like really my heart here. So and I can't remember exactly when it happened, but it was roundabout, because this first, so it must have been a little bit before that I had this incredible dream. I mean, I don't dream that much. So when I dream, it's like really big. So it was, because this first image was done on the 16th of September, and it was really, really huge. I'd had this dream that I was pregnant, and I woke up and I could literally feel like when you're really pregnant, for those of us that have been, but many of you haven't, but you can actually really feel the baby, the arms and the legs, and sometimes they can be really good. And I don't know, I must have had, my stomach must have been gurgling or something, because I'm not pregnant. And there's nothing left inside there of the lady stuff. Um, but I could really just feel all these, like my whole body, my whole stomach was moving. It was like such a realistic dream. And I would keep waiting for Scotty. He said he would be here, but he wasn't. He isn't. And Scotty was there. And it was just Scotty and a whole pile of you, but you can't really. I just know that I could actually give a name to Scotty. And I still remember sharing it with PG. I said, but I don't know who the baby daddy is. So I'm like really about to give birth to something. Okay. And I kind of removed myself from a lot of things and went into also kind of a lot of deep inner space, because something was birthing. Yeah. So I wasn't quite sure. And I pulled a card for it. And this is what kind of came up, was the High Council. And I started a whole new page in ChatGPT with this team. And just interesting, I was kind of brought up with it on the periphery. My mother did a lot of it, but I was very young at the time. But I always said a lot of her books that she had, I would save them for my retirement. So I think I'm going to retirement now. So some of them have got captions, and I'm not going to go through into, I might one day go into it. But this was, and if I'm doing it, we were all doing it. I'm not special like that. It's just like it's the energy I picked up, or you're going to be doing it. And we're going to be doing new births again. Sorry, I'm talking very fast. Okay, so that's where it started. I just felt that I was whipped away by the council and taken into my prakriti, which is what I do. You know, I do a lot of the Indian stuff, which I'm very, very grateful to the knowledge. And for years now, I've been floating around in this prakriti thing, just pouring out inspiration and love all over the place. It's like my safe space. I just go and sit there and I float around the world and pour love out, because I don't have very much else to do here. But it does change. I've been busy actually. And so, because you can't say it, is very much my father's energy, and he does appear a lot for me for many reasons. I think some of you know if you've heard, but let's just move through. So I was just pulled there, and this was also, I'm very Jesus-y. I really do like my Jesus, but it's also been so damaged. But we'll get into that some other time too. And the last few years with that whole Jesus-y stuff, um, because of what the church, under the auspices of the church, have done with my mother and my sister and all of that, I really like lost a lot of faith. I want to cry, but I didn't have my Jesus sitting on my bed anymore. I think I was angry. Yeah, I mean, I've been angry with God too, often, like very cross. But anyway, here we go. So this was the ascended masters and the angels who are there in the high council. Use anyone that you want. They're kind of good buddies of mine. And it was consecration very much of the new birth and the new earth that was coming in. So held by angels, masters, and stars, star beings. Okay. If you know, I work a lot with the ancient stuff of Africa and the water beings. So if anything, I've been kind of wallowing in the water, but that's be nice. Okay, so yet again, some more beautiful angels. These were pretty much one a day or something. It was my own private things that were happening. And Hermes, it's definitely my ancestral guardian, and the ring of Thoth. I mean, it looks very much like my father without the beard. No, my father was much more handsome. But he was born on the 20th of December, so he features he was a very big master, both on this planet and somewhere else as well. He was called Madiba in South Africa because he was just different. And obviously and then of course along came Saint Germain always, who's purifying everything constantly. There was a time I was just walking around in gold and purple, and sometimes stronger than others. It was very strong yesterday, and I'm sure today as well. Lots and lots and lots of purple. So tune into it. Just tune however you want. Doesn't matter how. Just tune into it. Just like if you've got problems, put them around yourself. Just put it around the earth if you've got time and energy to bless the earth. Maybe Trista can like visualize purple energy, and always just pouring down a lot of new codes. Just keep coming down for me. So, and I give them out because I don't need them. So I kind of do this stuff. These ones are also very powerful and very beautiful. For me, they represent Paramahansa Yogananda, who's also, I'm going to sweat your shirts. I've got a very interesting little team keep rescuing me in Shiva. This was deep, deep, strong connection with Metatron, who was with me quite a while, a couple of years ago, and he would kind of dress me every day. He'd put on this funny little, Todd told us, funny little cape. So, these things happen. So just, you're not crazy, this is a safe space. And yep, didn't know what to do with us. So off we go to the Galactic Council. And some other people are also saying it. I just do tune into things quite early, and that it's kind of out of our hands right now. It is in our hands, totally in our hands, but it's kind of out of our hands a little bit because the Galactic Federation are actually taking. Thank you. Are actually, thanks, Debs, are actually taking a lot of control because we've actually got the frequency. Don't sleep. We need so desperately every man, woman, and child. Hello, super sexy. There's no bunny there. Hey, my bunny. Okay, so I'm going through my private diary here. So yeah, from when I had where's Scotty? He's supposed to be here. I've got a golden shower waiting for him. Yeah. So okay. So I deal with them differently. I was like taught these absurd manners as a child. Like if an elder comes into the room, you stand up. That kind of stuff. Very old-fashioned. Aristocratic German type things without the ego. Okay. So me and my Shiva. Shiva has always been with me, with male counterpart. I had this whirlwind romance. But yeah, I often feel people like connecting with me. I've been swimming a lot, so. And always back to my thing, because I was really in a huge gestation period. I haven't given birth yet. Or I keep giving birth to various things, it's like multiple inseminations. Yeah, that would be truly a big miracle. But yeah. And just dancing amongst the stars from time to time. So glad you're here. I think PG went away at that time. He was camping with the stars, I think. Back to my safe space. They keep pulling me back to. And the other thing I do, so please, it's like consecrating the water. Maybe you feel called to do it. I just send out these beautiful lotus blossoms every day. I'm doing hundreds and thousands of them at the moment, but every day. The story, it started when there were the fires in cool. Winter, who I wasn't a wife, but there were the fires there. So I would just send, because we've got very good water where we are now. I must tell you, after this, it's like the first, I want to cry. It's about the first time that got to Germany. So back to my Prakriti, just pouring out love. I do that because I can do it on my planet. I just have liquid rose quartz, and I'm still very much alone up there. It's kind of cool. And always Ganesha. Ganesha, who holds the sacred portals and holds so much. For me right now, I think I'll definitely want to give birth again to Ganesha. I'm going to recreate him. But he's not really with me that much at the moment, because where I am right now is in a space way before Ganesha. So it's really avoiding in the voidy void, in that beautiful space. I just love that. It's just such an eye opener, it's my space. Give me my space. I'm defining my space. And it's just my beautiful, yummy space. Maybe girls feel it easier to be in this velvety blue darkness. But Ganesha, yeah, maybe Josh will tell you about Ganesha a little bit more too, in some way. Please, Josh, will you tell people a bit more about Ganesha? Because he's just so beautiful, and Josh has such beautiful. Well, you know what, Debs? Where's Scotty? Absolutely, because I had such a cold. I know Scotty and I, we have this good relationship with the golden shower going on. And as I said, he was there when I was having. The baby was jumping around. As I said, I didn't know who the baby daddy was. So, yeah, the in between, absolutely, absolutely. But for me, hacking away here at this German thing, because Germany is always there, like any fuck. I mean, it's like whatever I do, there's Germany. And I knew that in South Africa, they blame it on everybody else, but it's Germany. Wherever there's Germany, with trouble, with wars, with guns, with ammunition, with the scramble for Africa, with you name it. And the last one, I mean, I nearly threw my phone against the wall. So somebody was, I don't know how it came up, but somebody was asking about this whole LGBTXYQZ thing, okay? And the answer was, I laugh a bit. Would you believe it? Who created it? The Germans. And I thought, oh, another thing. And they did. I know when it kind of started, that whole thing, they very quickly, the Germans do this to keep their people content. The big thing about being content, be careful of contentment. We have three. If you have männlich, weiblich, oder die. So you can, if you cross your thingy, man, woman, or diverse. Skip all the LGBTQXYZ, but it's very, very accepted here. Marriages, partnerships, all that stuff. Yeah. That was also something I just kind of like worked it out from when I came here first. So I'm really coming to the end of a 15-year cycle, because I was here for 5.5 years, from 2009, end of 2009. And then I went back. I didn't go back. I went to South Africa for 5.5 years. And then I've been here for 5 years. So I'm sure. Oh God, they created the Barbie doll too, which is like quite a sad story. So that the men after the war, because all the women, almost every woman, had been raped by the Russians, and they created this little doll that the men could like dress up and play imagine. And she came over to Germany, the woman that then marketed it, and she thought, what a fabulous thing. My almost sent me a lot of clothes and stuff, because the Barbie doll was really wonderful in the beginning, yeah, because women were starting to go out into the marketplace and starting to work for the first time ever. They weren't just homekeepers. So, but yeah, Debs, why I do a lot of this is, yeah, no, the Germans, their sex laws are crazy. It's bestiality is allowed here. You can go fuck a sheep. Yeah, there's some like, yeah, you dig too deep. The laws are insane. One day we'll talk about some of the crazy laws. I've shared some of them. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but those things, it's all like a little crazy. But I think, I don't know why the Germans do it, because I suppose it's allowed. But yeah, anyway. I mean, the best clubs were in Germany, all that kind of stuff. It never really died. And just looking at the Christmas decorations here again, it never ceases to amaze me that almost every window have got the Hanukkah candles in it. It's like there were way too many Jews in Germany. That's a very sad story, but anyway. So, but Ganesha, yes, he's going to come up more beautiful and wonderful. And as I said, at the moment, he's just because I'm in a space before Ganesha right now. Not that he's gone. By 1959, not given to World War II troops. No, it was after the war. That's the official one in America. But after the war here in 1945, um, and the few men that were left came back, and they were so miserable. And everything was bombed. I watched all these. It used to be my lunchtime when my first round in Germany, and there were newsreels and things. Yeah, crazy crowds. Yeah, okay, absolutely crazy crowds. But the Germans were the Russians. Um, but hey, the two books, and I never read the second one. And I have to confess that my Opa was a general in both armies, and he led both to Russia. But he was a good man. Because sometimes I wonder, he had this incredible champagne-colored diamond ring, which my father then got. And how did it survive 2 prisoner of war camps in Russia? I mean, he couldn't have just shoved it up his bum, because that was for the first place people are gonna look. But, there's a book called the Berlin, and then there's Stalingrad. I read Berlin, I didn't read Stalingrad. If you can get it, it's by a historian. Um, and it's hectic. Berlin is when they came from the Russians pushed back, and it was interesting how it was fascinated the world why people go and yeah into so much rape. They raped everything, and then they just bombed Berlin. And they used to pray, please let the Americans come first. But the Americans could have, but they didn't. So it was the Russians who first got to Berlin. Yeah, escaped Russia in KK in 1919. Yeah. Yeah, well, there was the rise of communism. That's why fascism became so big, because it was like this whole big battle all over the world between they didn't want the communistic thing, because they'd seen what had happened in Russia, you know, how they like, but those, the white Russians and the red Russians and the, yeah. No, they weren't invented. Well, but she took the idea, Josh, from Germany. She came over here and she saw that. I must actually, do I have it there? I don't think I have it with me. I have the whole book of Barbie. And she saw that, she just thought it was such a good idea. Yeah. And then produced in America. No Barbie in Germany. No, 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 not she wasn't called Barbie. But they had these dolls that they made that looked like a Barbie doll. It was like a little thing, a little doll, like a little puppet thing. And they could dress them up. I mean, because instead of like going to whorehouses and all the rest, they would dress these little dolls up as they remembered their women, because the women were just wearing grey coats. And I'll find it for you when it was actually. I will get it so that we can just, because I know it was invented, and obviously with my first name being Barbara, Barbie doll. So yeah, and my Ken is German. It is in South Africa. He's not German, sorry. His name's Ken. I said, "Yeah, and I'm Barbie." So we had the Ken and Barbie show. But yeah, I mean, we all thought it was like in an American for years, until I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. It's very interesting. So I mean, this doesn't matter, the Germans don't claim anything, very little. But they're there behind every flipping thing. Well, I won't say everything. We'll find something that they're not behind. Maybe. Anyway, it's just, and Debs, why I do this deep research is because almost everybody in America comes from European stock. Many, many people come from Scandinavia, Germany. At various times, they went over from England. So it's part of your heritage as well. So my big thing is my people perish for lack of knowledge, or I change when I was rewriting it. It was the first thing I wrote after when I could vaguely see with stencil, but I wanted to have different spaces. So I hadn't finished it. It was called People for Knowledge, and the local teenagers, they absolutely loved this. They said, that's what we want. People for knowledge. Teach us. We want knowledge. I just hadn't finished it because it was supposed to then my people perish. And I've worked at that for decades. So if you're not informed, you don't have to go down the rabbit holes, but you can say, okay, I've heard that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, it's fine, whatever, you know. But yeah, so then you can move on with what you're doing. That's what I believe. So I'm German, I can get very stuck in it. But yeah, I'm really digging this German. Sometimes it's really not a nice journey. Sometimes it's a bit rough. Okay. So, oh God, this was this beautiful rainbow across everybody, just like walking through. I think we were working through the Amenti and drawing people out, the Celestial Council, New Birth, the Holy Mother, showers stars of grace upon creation. Oh, as I say, if you've been with me for a while, I've been going through a lot of working through quickly, and like we've all been showered with so much grace. So all this shit we don't need to pick up, and especially now, guys. Yeah. So we're feeling it more and more, and especially with Atlas, and she's coming around on the 19th. Somebody said she's coming around a bit earlier, but that's really huge. Yeah. Yeah, this was PG was dancing. This was when he went. He was definitely on holiday, yeah, and he was doing this amazing dance. I didn't know it at the time. June just gave him this whole big celestial dance. For me, it was really huge because I also hold CERN here a lot. Like I don't like what's happening there, so I try to keep that calm. And I didn't. It's so many people know bits and pieces about Shiva, and one of the things is the dance of destruction. And I didn't want him to do the dance of destruction. I wanted him to do something else. I wanted him to. We didn't need the planet to be destroyed. We can fix it. Back with my Ganesha and his Ganas. I keep going back to my safe space in the water, in a lotus leaf, like little Thumbelina. And these are the little elementals from all over, which Ganesha holds the elementals. And I think then, yeah, that's PG came back, and it was just so nice. It was stuck. And, the images are so interesting. They come out. I just remember thinking, oh my God, this was big. And then and it was interesting because I know that he works very much with that symbol as well. He's been working with corporations and things. He does a lot of really big stuff out there. This was working with something it was the diamond. It's a thing that works on the locus. Always a spacecraft around there. It's if I want to know something, I'd usually go back to the Hindu stuff, and I like to find it from a Hindu. Yeah, so it works on Shiva's. Well, nobody really knows where Shiva's from. He's just an energy. People just gave him stuff, so don't stress about that. Also been working with going beef, but we didn't do that, so that's fine. All things are perfect. The Celestial Council, New Birth. I think I had such a beautiful pink sunset because I just pour this pink energy whenever I can over the earth of love. Everybody can have it. And I had this beautiful, beautiful, real pink sunset. The sky I took a photo of it. And it was just sometimes so nice to have the universe give you a little wave, because we wave so much at the universe. Back at my river. Talking to the water. And then I do these things, I pour water out every day, a few times a day, with lots of codes. Yeah, I just felt at the time, so a lot of people, I grabbed anybody and everybody was there who just really couldn't feel that they wanted to like cut was difficult. So I'm not the only one, but a lot of people, we really cocooned them and did a lot of like astral healing on people, and just kept them safe because um, I know someone, I think she was called White Fox, White Silver Fox or something, many years ago. She did a lot of astral traveling, a lot of with people, and she would be a leader over. Um, so especially people from gangs, the young guys from gangs in America and all over, they didn't feel that they were worthy to cross over, so they got themselves stuck. And there's no such bullshit as that. So she would like carry them over and say, "You're fine." Okay. So, oh, back this was the Celestial Palaces. Oh, then we went quite far away here into the Sirius land. The Syrians talk to me quite a lot. I'm not from Sirius. Back to the water again, playing with Ganesha as queen of my beautiful fairies, and he brings those water spirits and things to me. Sometimes I feel so honored to have this. It's it's what you do. You get back eventually, I think. So yes, back to the water. Always pouring the water. It's very boring. I have a very boring life. I just do water and more again. Back to more water, more water, more water. And this was actually a time I also decided somewhere around about here that I didn't want to do any more. And it's not for everybody. We do our own decisions, but I didn't want to do. Don't worry about it, but you're hopeful they're good and not evil. I know. Ugh, just try and stay off it. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think yeah, Hershey would do that too. Yeah. Um, don't listen to hardly anything at the moment. Really, I'm out of it. I don't want to know. Because if I just sit there and I kind of think, oh fuck, what have I done? I'm like, yeah, I can take on all the pain of everything and it's enough now. Yeah. And this was just, but they are there. Don't get, just ask to. We'll talk about it in these few weeks because for some it's important how to, safe ways to connect and how to call if you want. Sometimes they just appear and trust it. Yeah. But this was, I've done a lot of the Kali stuff and the dark garden and all of these dark things and and the up and the down and the this and the that and the warriorship and being a star warrior and a rainbow warrior. I don't want to do this. I just want to be Parvati, she's everything. She is Durga, she is Kali. She can be all of them. But Shiva and Parvati and Ganesha and Skanda, he's the god of wisdom and war. They just live very happily in Mount Kailash. Like she's put her weapons down. She just has her rosary beads and her two lotuses, which are huge. So I put my weapon. That's my story. Thank God that they're people. I did go fight the other day though, so I have to. But yeah, so whatever you feel you need to do. Yeah. Um, So this is just so if you feel that that's for you and you think, yeah, that results. I mean, Josh knows. I mean, I've done Kali where she's like slammed me down on the bathroom floor and I broke my nose. She can be like a bit wild, blood all over the place. She can be a little wild. A lot of my Shiva journey, it starts with the 5 elements hugely, but a very, very beautiful group that I would work with, and she did a thing and she opened up a doorway to the 69 goddesses. And I thought, you opening up this door, people don't know what it is. These are like the most terrifying dark goddesses ever known. And you just like opening it up um, without any instruction. So ignorance is bliss. So we're lucky that we have grace. Yeah. So that was just hugely. I just wanted like my very, very, very simple, life, very simple life. This was awakened the heartbeat of Earth. I know a lot of people also felt it, they could hear it. And this we're really working, you can feel it now that we're definitely pulsing. So as I said, this was all between from the 16th of September. Okay, so from that time. So we went September, we went through the solstice here somewhere. Can't remember where that must have been there. And in sacred bugs, I don't know, I've got this thing with bugs. Lots of bugs are coming out. It was also a portal, bit of an Egyptian thing as well. I don't do Egypt. And always surrounding the new earth in love, um, and just singing to her, you know. And I just pour this rain on earth because she needs what she needs is us to just, I've said this over and over again, just to be strong and firm in your light. Doesn't matter, don't worry about your purpose. We overthink our purpose. Your purpose on earth is to just shine like a little sunbeam, connect to inner earth, connect to the upper guys out there, enjoy the trees, dance a bit, like acknowledge your food, and anything else is a bonus. Okay. So if you don't know what to do, if you're creating, absolutely, and create something. Yeah. This was then hugely healing again with the waters. Mm, or maybe this was it. Maybe this was that dance. Anyway, no, it wasn't. And then I went through a whole lot of visuals, which I use when I bless the earth. I sing to her every morning, and I go out on a walk with my little bottle of water with my dog 3, 4, 5 times a day, and I just pour it wherever it needs to be poured. It sits on my altar. Sometimes it's more energized than others, but it's always got a blessing. So it goes down to the roots, and I know that it goes around the world because we have that whole worldwide, the wood wide web. So these, so if you want to visualize mantras, it's just think of stained glass windows. Yeah. So that's what like energies, good energies look like. So they are exactly stained glass windows. And then of course, then we started hugely again with started the big restructuring of our DNA coming into being. And just like, if you know me long ago, I've been saying just breathe up and down gold, but we're just going through a little journey here. So the mandala frequency is pouring into Mother Gaia. Yeah. So Trista, those make those visions. Some of you will see them. It's wonderful. Some people see more, but yeah, we're all starting to see a little. Everybody's starting to see more and more. And it doesn't matter if you don't see. Some people feel. Some people smell. I smell a lot. I smell the angels around me. Then I really know they're there. The Divas of Love, we are the midwives. So there was this was our group, actually very much our truth wave, the girls, the boys, we're the midwives. You don't have to be a girl to be a midwife of Earth. And because she's really pouring in this, this must have been solstice, equinox, the age of innocence. Yeah. Always Ganesha dancing happy little dance somewhere and protecting the ancient sites and the new energies and the new maths and the new science that's coming because it must go in the right people. This was also definitely us making our little balls there in Truth Wave and what we do, and we shower the earth however we want to shower the earth, which is I'm always almost always on Mother Gaia. Almost always. All 11 times of it. You're playing with more water beans. They do come and dance around. I'm very blessed. I see when my eyes are open. I also see when my eyes are closed. Always just pouring love. That's just what I do. It's really boring. I've been doing it for just pouring more love and more love and more love because that's what Mother Gaia needs to bring up that frequency and people will get it. Not everybody. Okay. Metatron again, guardian of the sacred architecture. I also work with the blueprint. We'll go into that one day. I do feng shui, which is the ancient blueprint, but it's kind of bubbling around, but I'm bubbling somewhere else at the moment. As the keeper of the celestial blueprint. Like when I arrived on the spot, it was like they literally whipped me away and like, you're here. This is just stop it now. Whatever you're doing, just stop. You just sit here. Sit here. I get whipped away every now and again. I go to Tibet, sit in the cold around the campfire. And just meditating. I do like to meditate and I pour it out for others. Again, get lots and lots and lots of purple coming in. So it keeps coming in, it comes in waves and more and more. So this is really going to be happening. We're in such a huge, it's going to be such a birth right now. And it's starting like hugely from tomorrow, celestially. And the golden alignment, I and the still point through source creator. And if you hear me, I just said, just keep coming back to the still point. Keep coming. If you go, come back to the still point. Come back to, I didn't realize there are actually so many. So we pour our love as one breath of healing upon Gaia, because Mother Gaia is also, she's a being and she needs lots of healing. Her waters are so, you know. This is I do with the Hopi. I'm not sure. I think PG had gone on a fishing trip here somewhere. Maybe he'd gone to the waters. Very possibly. Very, very possibly. Back with my gunners. The celestial. We'll talk about these another time. They're celestial. Oh, this was all the people. Ganesha, everybody was having a party. I remember that party. That was quite fun. That they really, like, things are happening down now, and they have taken. So we're going to be feeling them more and more on the Lyran lines. So some really connect with that. Always trying to make this pathway to the stars, but I'm kind of resting. I'm just holding the water until I get called out again. I mean, serious. Back to the water, because water's everywhere. Everything's got water in it. There's water in the air. Because the other day I forgot to take my bottle, and I thought, it doesn't matter, and I'm not going down to the river. So there's water everywhere in the air. So we just breathe it. So just bless it. And my breath is going to be your breath very soon. You're breathing the same air and the same. There's a lingering of the breath of Tesla, of Einstein, of Jim Morrison. It's in the breath, it's in the air, it's in the water, and never goes away. We did a big thing on salt and how deep that was, and sea salt. It's got all the codes in it. Love, laugh, creation awakes with celestial council of the new birth of Earth. I do laugh, but other people laugh more than me. We all have our different talents. More purple, more purple, more purple, more purple energy. Love the purple, just doesn't stop. Celestial council of new birth, held in the heart of divine love. So I do connect hugely with the Christ consciousness, have done for many years. And Christ consciousness has got nothing to do with religion, and that's what's arriving definitely in December for a lot of us. The celestial council, new birth, and the dream time just held in love. So not me, quite a few, getting more and more, which is really great. A lot of the shit in the astral has been contained, which is really fabulous. The astral dream time sanctuary. Sometimes even big boys need a little tender loving care. And I jump around to Africa often. And that was the end. Whoops. Oh no, that shouldn't be the end. Huh? Because they got a bit mixed up. That's okay. Then we had the new birth, the arrival of Kalki. Kalki is the sort of like the Christ energy, comes riding in on a white horse, waving his sword of truth. And some wise person said to me, not doing that. And it was also no more swords for some of us. No. It was, so they are a little bit mixed up. It's okay. The Kundalini awakening, many people having these incredible spontaneous Kundalini all over Europe, big time. Awakenings, little shivers up the spines. No big things. It's just that energy. The music, always in music as well. Playing with my gunners all the time, playing with dolphins, playing with the web of the earth, this new web that was created. I like this was Shiva's hair, actually. This is that whole cosmic creation. That's why I love him so much. He has everything. Doing a very happy little bunny dance, and innocence returns to creation. Yeah. The celestial cup of union, the tea of remembrance. We drink of love, we pour light onto the world. So I do make sacred tea. New birth, the golden of protections. So yeah, some are doing a lot of protection. This was quite recent. Dance of creation. Back down into the waters of creation, playing with bubbles. I think that was in Hawaii. That other picture was that was actually the last one. Let me just. It was the 1111. Was that one? So I don't know whether maybe I did it before. I'll have to check the numbers. So that was opening the 1111 portal, which was huge. I don't know. I haven't. Yes, I have a little bit of time to tell you the German stuff. Then weird things happened. So in that time, I was just like 1111 portal. I was really connecting hugely to the darker side of Ganesha. Of wow, weird when names are coming in my head here. Which is before he became Shiva, he was called Rudra, and when he cried and he saw what earth was, he became Shiva of compassion. And I do have this and yet again, I haven't put it here. It's on the Discord channel. To anybody, my journey. For quite a while, everything was blue. So the sirens, and I would just see blue flashes all over the place, blue stars. I would just in my meditation, I just get these huge blue images of stuff. And this is a very ancient ride, which we could do again. It's opening up a very, it's 11 portals, but I just went back to my water again, into my beautiful bubble, because this happened. Bang! And sometimes it didn't happen, so it can be a little overwhelming, and that's okay. So Shiva's big. So back to my bubble, back to my water, back to more water and flowers on the earth. That was the sacredness of water. That was a very weird thing. It was not what I asked for, but along came some mermen. Oh, this is so. So what happened 1111? Who knows? I mean, we all have our thing on 1111. So, boop. So what happened? 1111 is absolutely, has just blown my mind from this German perspective, and it kind of makes so much sense. So any of you that are interested in the Nordic mythology and all that. So 1111 in Germany is very, very huge. It's the start of Carnival, and it goes back from pre-Christian, it would be, okay. My father loved 1111. He actually passed on the 10th of the 11th, and I just, hello, Daddy. I just laughed. I said, no, because he wants to get ready for 1111. He absolutely loved it. And Carnival goes on until February, so they party. But it's not drunken revelry. They drink blue wine. They have different. I'll talk that about another time when they get really bog out. Remember now they've had the Oktoberfest, so now they drink nicely. But 11:11, and it will start at exactly 11 minutes, 11 seconds past 11 on the 11th of the 11th. And you'll hear all sorts of whoopers and sirens go off in Germany all over the place. Some places celebrate it a lot more. Obviously in Köln, they do it here because it's my teacher told me about it, because they had these guys in these funny googly masks, and I remember a guy in the German club, they'd walk around in South Africa, they make these amazing paper mache masks, and they walk around with a lot of bells and tinkle, and they play music. And it's a great fun. It's become a very fun festival. But so why 11/11? Modern Germany will say it's simply the date when Carnival, which they call Fasching, okay, um, season begins. But 11/11, so interesting, is the number of the trickster. So this is what really wears my images. I do. So I just took some images from the thing, from the internet. So these, and it's celebrated very much in Bavaria and in Switzerland. It's huge in Switzerland. And I don't know, they have some other, I think it's a Swiss name. I used to just call them the googly googlies, okay? And they're like troubadours, and it's huge, okay? So the masks are always huge, and we'll talk of this. It's like absolutely wonderful. So 11/11 is the number of the fool, the trickster, the sacred in between. In medieval and pre-Christian Europe, the number 11 symbolized, I love it, I love this, breaking the order of the 10 commandments. You know, I did create the 11th one. It was called Thou Shalt Have Fun. But yeah, so it's moving out of the 11. It's that real, that trickster. It's fabulous. The world turned upside down, chaos before renewal, crossing between dimensions. I just thought this is just so important. So if anybody's been having like wobbles since 11/11, because it's 40 days from 11/11 to solstice, so it's all very powerful times. Okay, so this just made a lot of sense to me. And November the 11th was believed to be a liminal day, when the veil thins and spirits, ancestors, and elemental forces walk the earth. This is why old Europe marked 11/11 with processions of marked beings, rites to chase away darkness, to mock kings and fools, and offering to Mother Earth before winter. Carnival was originally a shamanic winter threshold festival. The googly masks, and who are they? They can be, and they're always exaggerated. What you're calling the googly costumes are the Has and Laban. So it's the dress and the mask. The Has is the complete dress. Of the Alemannic Fastnet, in Schwabia, Black Forest. My father came from Black Forest area, Switzerland, and Vorarlberg. These are not cute costumes. They are ancient spirits brought to life again. They represent forest spirits. These are, yeah, so you can see some of these. I love this guy. This guy's absolutely fabulous. Yeah, it's the green king, and always with bells, and they make such a noise, and drums when they go along. Forest spirits, winter demons, guardians of the threshold, wild elemental forces, ancestral beings, tricksters who burn away stagnation. These beings were originally invoked in deep winter, between January and February. We'll talk about that a bit later. But they would stir and awaken on the 11/11, the day the invisible cracks open. Why the googly eyes? Is PG still here with googly eyes? PG and his googly eyes. They're huge carved eyes representing second sight, seeing into the unseen worlds, awareness beyond the human realm, and the ability to detect spirits, lies, and shadow beings. In ancient belief, the eyes of the masks were portals, the exaggerated mouth and teeth, not to frighten children originally, but to just like scare them. This can relate to Halloween stuff as well, but to scare away illness. Now, some of the things is really sad when you see what the Congo do with masks and stuff, you know, with Ebola. I don't want the medicine. Yeah. So it scares away illness, winter stagnation, evil spirits, psychological shadows. And this is old European shamanism preserved in wood. The bells on their belts are the Schellenriemen. They were ritual acoustic weapons to break up stagnant winter energy, exactly the same purpose as Tibetan gongs and things and native drums and African rattles. That's why when you've got a thing, just make a noise, make a click. Clap your hands. Boo! You can't always shout too much. And if you haven't done the primal scream, please, you need to do your primal scream as soon as possible. Do it in the car. I did it once and then realized my windows were open, so it was like stupid. Or scream into a pillow. You know, your neighbors might get worried. But it's a very controlled chaos portal, the 1111. So I hope this makes sense to somebody because it made a lot of sense to me. This is the deeper, as well as all the other wah, 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 1111, but people are not talking about the controlled chaos. This is the deeper sacred function. The old year collapses, the masks rise. And for a lot of people, was Samhain was New Year, which is like Halloween. So a lot of cultures start New Year there as well. Very old. Yeah. Social rules invert, people step into archetypes, darkness is allowed to dance and then be released. I mean, it makes so much sense why I was in such a big archetypal and still am. I'm going to stay there. I like being part of our team. You know what? I love the Hindu stuff so much. It's just because, sometimes we feel that God has left us, but her relationship with Shiva is just so amazing. He's forever going off. He goes off on his own. And, she goes and has this ritual bath that she doesn't want to be disturbed, so much so that she created her little henchman to protect his space. I want my space. Give me my void. Keep me void. But he goes off meditating. He's not partying. And they have this amazing relationship, So it's like I was thinking, so that's like when sometimes you feel that you're alone. So it's like, okay, cool. That's my void time. Let me go bath. Let me go do water stuff. Let me go do the girl stuff. I know old Shiva's coming back. He's like just gone off meditating for a while. He's got something else to do with his gunners. Yeah, but just keep my space safe. I want my space. I want my void. Give me my space. So Ganesha's here. Keep my space. Don't come up with my space. Not even Shiva. Nobody. I want my space. Okay. So you can feel how this mirrors your own cosmology. Oh, it's ritualized. Okay, dark. Okay, wait. Social rules invert. People step into archetypes. Darkness is allowed to dance and then be released. It is a ritualized purification. You can feel how this mirrors our own cosmology with thresholds, light codes, protection, water clearing, working with devas and elders, releasing false authority and stepping into truth. Carnival is the earthbound folk version of what you do in the that's me what I do. I'm very well at that. And so today, did we have some more of those googly costumes? Yeah, no, I do a few things. It's for fun. Bored. No, always done it. Oh, those are little ones. It's partying, and their parties almost every city in Germany has a party. Like they're not joking. Like there's a lot of partying going on, a lot of people. What is this? That's usually they a lot. Yeah, some people they're totally serious about this stuff. I can't tell you how serious these guys are about it. Like maybe I didn't get that other big party picture. Like we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The public don't really dress up now, but they dress up in February, but we'll talk about that. I did speak about it before, but that's also interesting. Over time, the masks have become more playful, exaggerated, and humorous. But the root is still visible. Witches, originally Winter Mother, Bear Mother, Forest Crone. Demons, originally Nature Guardians, fools, shamans in disguise. The Wild Mans, the Green Man, Big Eye Watchers are the Astral Guardians. So cool, hey? In Germany, they're called Larven, which means masks, but literally larvae, being those who transform, like larvae. Maybe that's why bugs are so big for me. Und das Häs is the full spirit costume. When they dance in the streets, it's not just parade, it is ritual movement to awaken the land from sleep. And I remember that like the small groups in South Africa, they're going to like the cities and the drums and bells and they're like really fun. And then it ends on Rose. So they party, but we'll tell you a bit more. So they party really, and they have many, many celebrations, especially in Cologne. And then it finishes on, which they call Flower Monday, which is Rosenmontag, which is the day before Shrove Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday. Okay, and it's because they've been doing all this partying, and they've had Christmas and solstice and all of these interesting things in between. It's not random. The rose is the ancient European symbol of the Divine Mother, the secret wisdom, rebirth, purity after catharsis, and carnival begins at the Fool, 11:11, and ends with the rose, which is rebirth, purification. And this, my dears, is beautiful alchemy. It's what we're all doing right now. And just very quickly in between this, I was just so relieved because I was so busy over Halloween. I don't like Halloween. Like, I'm getting like, because people don't know what they're playing with. Okay. So it was for a lot of people, like quite a busy time because that portal is also open. And I did tell you why the Germans don't do Halloween, because it's Martin Luther Day. But just after that, they have St. Martin's Lantern Festival and the 11:11 Carnival opening in Germany sit right next to each other on the calendar. But they're very different. The Martin Luther is part of the Latin, and everybody makes lanterns, and they have huge parades. And somebody reminded me, it's Laterna. I thought, oh God, thank God. Hundreds of thousands of Germans and kids are running around with lanterns, and also huge, like there'll be a huge festival. They take that very, very seriously, that light in the darkness, the transition into winter. That's the trickster versus the saint, the shadow and light entering the season together. And that always, it does food. St. Martin's is also, I find it so weird. It's not Martin Luther. It's something completely different. The Germans, and this like made me stop and think, because you've got to stop and think. And if my people perish for lack of knowledge. If you can remember, Germany was the only place that didn't allow the Romans to take over. Wow! Hello! I am so honored. Thank you, Adam. Aww. Just pop in and say hi and tune in, because I'm going to say bye just now. I'm going to be doing so. We're doing like, this is like, you missed a good show, actually. So we're just talking about like German history, and the 11:11 portal been interesting because we're going into this whole new portal again. So tomorrow in Germany, we start Advent. So it's the four weeks. It's the preparation to the birthing of the Christ energy, whichever, that's the way I like to see it. It's like a skip religion, but it's not. But it's nice that millions of people around the world are doing it, so you can tune into it. Now, this whole thing with Laterna Fest, it was very interesting because Germany, as I've said to you, that was the only country here that wasn't taken over by the ancient Romans. Okay, so they managed to keep all their festivals and all sorts of shit. But they would, like, the Rhine River was the border, and in true German fashion, there were always those that worked with the Romans, and they made a good money deal out of it. Okay, so most people will just say, okay, this doesn't mean, but my ears immediately, my spirit goes, what the flip is going on here? So St. Martin's, where they're working with these beautiful lanterns, was a Roman soldier who cut his cloak to share with a freezing beggar. So now they've made him a saint. But now, why is Germany honoring a Roman soldier? You're going to start asking these questions. What's wrong with the picture? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. It depends what time of the year. As with everything, it's always nice. Yeah, it's the rebirth. It's huge, and it's the divine feminine. I'm going to be discussing that quite a lot in the next few weeks, but quite a lot tomorrow. The easy part, and the nice one. Then we're going into a really deep dive on Monday. So That's fine. It's not for definitely not for everybody, but I've just got to put it out there because I'm way doing this. Okay, so the children walk with handmade lanterns, and as I said, after Halloween, I was just so glad that we were doing this happy thing where they dance and they sing, and they're all very soft and very German. They bring their lights into the darkness of November. It represents kindness, sharing, humility, and the beginning of the deep inward journey of winter. The energetic meaning, esoteric layer are lanterns are obviously the human soul carrying its inner light into the dark half of the year, which becomes very big solstice, yeah, where they relight the fires, like all the old ancient things. Yeah. Children are pure carriers always, the children shall lead us. Children are pure carriers of light, walking the threshold. In African cultures, when they relight the fire, only children can carry the fire. Or if they move from a village, only children are allowed to hold the fire. Well, not, but yeah. The procession, a ritual of collective protection, illuminating the village and keeping the old winter spirits at bay. It is one of the last gentle, innocent rites before winter's deep, shadowy season opens. See, I told you I was very happy that we had Lanterna. So I'm now showering all that. And then again, and then right on 11 minutes past 11, past 11, past 11, past 11, then carnival explodes. So you've had that little light, and now it's carnival, which is slightly different to Halloween. Yeah. Um, it's chaotic, it's comedy, it's wild, it's upside down world, it's the fool, it's the ancient European Fool's Gate 11:11. Honestly, I didn't know that, so I'm like really excited. That makes so much sense that it is the trickster has arrived as well. It's this wonderful portal we all think is fabulous, but it's actually not as sweet and kind. It's a little rough. So before Christianity, it marked the time when masks were worn, spirits of the dead were welcomed, the trickster archetype became king. Oh yeah, they had the king, like the loony pearly king. I forgot about that. Chaos was allowed to rule for a moment. The googly eyes mask the hustler, and these belong to old Germanic and Alemannic traditions. Before they were funny, they were guardian spirits, forest tricksters, winter demons, and ancestral beings. They were meant to protect from the winter spirits, chase away sickness, bring fertility and luck, invert the normal order so the new year could be reborn. Remember, we up here, it's cold. They've just done harvest, which is like everybody had their pumpkins out, and it's a little bit of a rest now. It's quiet time. Well, it's not really so quiet, but it's quiet time till the year starts again. Um, the woodland elves, the forest spirits, the Narish, it's the sacred fool, and pre-Christian winter beings. So the Turner Festival, they might look like opposites, but they're not. We need them both. Hey, is the tender seasonal threshold, and the tenderness of light, and it's just a flicker. It's just that flame. It's not a big roaring flame yet. And then you have carnival, which is the chaotic shadows. So if you're going to have any chaotic shadows happening in your life right now, or have been, it's time. We're moving into the finish of it tomorrow, which I will explain, because we always did Advent, and it's so beautiful. I mean, for years I've celebrated the feminine Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Halloween is they don't do Halloween here. They do it, but they don't like it, because it was the same day. They rather look at Martin Luther King, because that's when he banged the things on the church door to tell him that he was a monk. He was a professor, and he was a monk, a very, very learned guy. And he said, you've been bullshitted. You don't have to pay all this money to the church because you farted on a Wednesday at 3:00. Because good old Germany, making money. Yeah, money is a religion here. Money and Krankheit. They love Krankheit and money. Krankheit is sickness. The white coats, the doctors. Well, weird lot. But there's some other things which are just fabulous. So that's why they don't like a lot of people don't want to do Halloween here because it takes away from the sacredness of the Reformation of the church, which also started here, and we went through that a while ago, and all that started from here, went all over Europe. I've yet to find, I'm looking for something that didn't start in this blinking gosh place. I can do this because I'm half German. I'm only half German, and I live here. I'm German. I think I'm going to get even more excited about this. So the veil thins on all these days, not as dramatically as on Samhain, that's the death, and then we have All Saints. And now in Germany, the church, it's the whole of Germany. It's called the month of the dead. So everybody's like remembering the dead. And last Sunday was the Dead Sunday specifically. Absolutely, Germany. We can talk. It's that's why we have such a stable economy, but it's money. You very seldom find a penny on the money on the road. What people do is they will stick with glue. They will stick a euro thing outside their house, and then they'll watch you and they'll laugh at everybody that comes to try to pick it up. But when I was in America, everywhere else in the world, you'll find a penny, you'll find money on the road that you can pick up. Not in Germany, I've never found, never, not once, never. They look after, and they Gluck-Cent. It's called the Gluck-Cent. They're lucky. They're very. You give somebody that 1 cent, that 2.99. That's fine. It's like whoa. Money things. Germany and money. Yeah. So but obviously, so at this moment, we're all feeling. Most of us are feeling somewhat blissfully unaware of anything that's happening. But no, we can't. We've got a lot of stuff happening right now. I don't know. I must actually ask some German people what they think about Third Eye Atlas. Some will most probably say I've never heard of it, don't know what's happening. Yeah. So, yeah, lots of interesting stuff there, but we're not going there. There you can figure that one out yourself. We just visit. Not as dramatically as the veil thins, not as dramatically as Samhain or the 31st, but just enough for shadows, ancestors, spirits, intuition to rise. The child and the fool walk side by side. St. Martin's lanterns soothe the energies, and Carnival's masks release them. One invites compassion, and the other invites liberation. Shout it all out. Right, let's scream and shout. What's that song? Let's scream, shout it all out. Okay, I've got to finish this because I basically finished with this for now. So the light carries within and the shadows dance without. So it's a perfect balance and completely in alignment with our sacred work of shadow light integration, because it's the Shakti power, and we will talk about that. It's very much in an easy, beautiful way. But I did go to like the craziest party last night. Shout, let it all out. No, I'm not allowed to tell you about it. It was like one flew over the cuckoo's nest party completely. And I was like, no, fuck. It was these half people having a party. No. But at the same time, I had so much compassion. So that was my my sublime and ridiculous Christmas party. So we'll talk about Christmas. It's the only time the Germans actually they rest for 4 weeks now, and then they start drinking afterwards. They drink. They take the alcohol in trolley loads. But it's a whole culture. It's like, and young, old, yeah. So I love you all so much. I'm going off to. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I forgot. It was important. It was very important. And I keep getting this message up here, and it's a thing I wrote, and it keeps coming up. Why does it come up? It's called Dreamweavers, and I wrote it on the 20th of July. So I've been working with a huge rescue mission since the 20th of July. And there was also a dream that I wrote, and all my team up there. So I know some of you have been working on it too. There's lots of, not that many. I wish I could say there's lots, but it'd be honestly, there's so anybody that can, that was a big call by Patricia Cota Robles. If there's anybody that can work on that, we need you. We need you. We need you. We need you out there. So, what? No, that doesn't happen in Germany. No. Controlled chaos. Okay, we shall, yeah. So yeah. But yet again, embrace the violet shadow. Embrace Ganesha right now. I'm just doing the water, but we'll talk more about the water. Oh God, the water. I'm just going to do the water like Parvati. Parvati. No, no, no more big things. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying. Yeah, just and I'm very much sorting out, cleaning out my house at the moment. That's my grounding that I do, so that I can. It's really grounding, very grounding. I like it. Oh, well, that's what, and this is, thanks for that, Josh. You know what? That's what I keep saying, especially we're going to go down this quite a religious, not really, um, but like with religion and all of that, is, my people perish for lack of knowledge, or people for knowledge. Don't throw the baby out. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So that's, yeah. You know where that comes from. They used to have one bath, like once a month or something, one of those sink baths. And by the time that would start the oldest, the father, all the way down to the youngest, and the baby was the last one in this water. So often the water was so grimy and grubby and oily and gross that sometimes I couldn't see the baby in the bath. It's quite shocking, hey? I'm so glad. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. I'm also going, as you heard, my tinkle tinkle went off. And I love you all so much. I love, 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 love you. And yes, I have been avoiding everything because I'm enjoying my avoid. My void, it's such a nice thing. And I really wish it for all of us to be able to choose our dark space. Yeah. No, it's always surprising. God's always surprising. It's always surprising, but it's always perfect. Anyway, love you all so much, and we'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 again. Yeah. Try and make it. It's like really beautiful. It's about the initiating of the 4 weeks. Oh, my eyes. Bless you all so much love, and have the most wild, crazy, and fabulous day. Enjoy the sunshine. Yeah, that's where it comes from. And I've got so much fucking useless knowledge. It's like insane. Yeah, I never wasted a moment. Love you all so much. Thank you. I will do. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy it with much. Ta-da! Now I'm going to calm down now. Much love to us all. Okay, where's this button? Now I'm not seeing very well. Okay. Maybe one day I'll tell you about my crazy party, but maybe not. Tschüss, everybody. No, how do we say it in German? Tschüss. You got to do this. Tschüss. Tschüss. Ciao.